Hi, everybody. It's episode 625 of PodQuest.
Hey.
It is Wednesday, August 5th, 2026. I am Chris. With me is Drootin and Walnut.
Hello.
One of these days I'm going to answer with B instead of A. Yeah, he didn't give you time to say hello. He's off his game. Right? He took a week off. He's off his game.
So I'm still being thrown off by things on the computer too. So Audacity, the waveform is wrong. Which means it's not picking up the right microphone. Like, it's not picking up my Yeti. It's probably picking up like the webcam or something.
Nice.
So as soon as I saw that, I'm like, oh shit. And I started like messing with Discord to make sure it had the right mic.
No, you sound good in the Discord.
Yeah,
you sound fine.
But we had already started recording, obviously, so I didn't want to like interrupt and be like, hey, do I sound okay as I'm doing the intro? So instead I just fucked up everything else. I'm also exhausted.
Yeah, totally fucked up everything. Like,
so
I didn't want to fuck things up, but I fucked everything up.
Yeah. So all right, I'm going to tell my story just at the top of the show. So this weekend I traveled for work. Sunday I flew out to Denver. So Sunday morning flight out to Denver, was there Sunday, Monday, was supposed to fly home Monday evening. That's critical to this story. So on Monday morning, I wake up at 4 a.m. Mountain Time because jet lag, which would be 6 a.m. East Coast time. Mm-hmm. And that, that's around when I normally get up for work. So like I usually wake up around that time. And don't really fall back asleep. And then have to be at the client's office by 6:30 anyway. So it's whatever. 6:30 their time. Wrap up there at like 3:30-ish. And just head right to the airport, because what the fuck else am I going to do in Denver when I have to bring like a bag and stuff around with me? It was 103 degrees in Denver.
Oof.
Yeah. A side note to this, they were moving offices. That's why I was out there. Sunday, I was in their office, like helping them get like all the network stuff done and like computers ready and all. Their building will not turn on the AC for any of the suites over the weekend unless a formal written request is submitted like several days in advance.
Checks out.
And they just moved into this building. They did not know that. So we had no air conditioning Sunday. And they apparently didn't have it Saturday either, when it was 103 fucking degrees in Denver.
That's wild.
But yeah, so Monday, actually all the client stuff was fine. Like, other than it being hot on Sunday, all that stuff was smooth. Everyone's super nice. No problems there. Leave their office around like 3:30 on Monday. Head right to the airport. I'm super early. My flight's at 7. So I'm like 3.5, 4 hours early by the time we get there, because Denver airport's actually kind of far from the city. And then as the the flight time approaches, it suddenly it's delayed 30 minutes. And then it's delayed again and again and again. And around 9 o'clock, they finally make an announcement that, hey, because of the weather, flights have been grounded because there were high winds in the area. So there were very few flights taking off or landing. A couple were getting out still or coming in because they were coming from like directions that weren't impacted by the winds. But for the most part, they were not. Like, it was just like a full stop for a lot of the airlines, including the flight that was coming in that was going to then be taking us back to Philadelphia. So yeah, they make that announcement. And they're like, and because it has been so long, our pilots have timed out and can no longer fly again tonight. So we're now trying to find new pilots.
Okay, great.
Yep. There are no other flights to Philadelphia until the following morning. Like 8 a.m. the next morning is the earliest flight I could have gotten on. And that's a flight with a layover. It was going to be like a 6-hour flight instead of like 3.5. So just wait it out. And finally, my flight leaves Denver between 11:30 and midnight. And so at this point, I've been up since 4 a.m. It's now, basically the next day. The flight lands in Philadelphia at 5 a.m. I was not able to sleep on the flight at all. It's just like, I'm very hit or miss being able to sleep on planes to begin with. And on this one, I just could not get comfortable. So by the time I got home, it was almost 6 o'clock, and I had been up for a full 24 hours, and I was fucking dead. So I did all of Tuesday. I did nothing. Like, I tried to sleep for a while, but the dogs were not having it. and I legitimately couldn't focus on anything. Like we just ended up watching Food Network because it was the only thing that like didn't really matter if I couldn't focus on it. Which means I was not able to get Transformers in yesterday at all. And like I could have put it on and then come here and been like, I remember it was a cartoon.
Yeah.
I'm still a little out of it today because by the time it was like bedtime yesterday, I had been up for like 36 hours with maybe like a 2-hour nap in there somewhere. So I am still a little out of it today.
Yeah.
But man, what a bad experience with flights.
You know what would fix this kind of problem of like flights are grounded because of wind?
Teleportation?
Better rail infrastructure in this country.
I mean, yeah,
and better trains in general in this country. Like,
you're not wrong, but the train still at best would be like 13 hours.
The trains that we have. I mean, I don't know how fast a bullet train could get from Denver to.
I mean, so you have to figure the bullet train in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
So going from Tokyo to Kyoto is about a 6-hour drive, give or take. The middle speed bullet train, which like the speed differences aren't that astronomical between the three like tiers.
Yeah,
the middle tier one is right around a 3-hour trip. That's with stops too, and like the stops are not long. It's like maybe 2 or 3 minutes per station because it's very efficient. They're just off and on. So like even if we had a rail system like that, it's a 26-hour drive from Denver to New Jersey.
Right.
So it would still be about 12 hours.
You still probably would have been home sooner than if you had that delay.
If I had left at 3:30 p.m., then yes, I would have been home sooner.
Or you probably could have gotten like a roomette and been able to sleep on it. Like,
so the ones in Japan don't have those. I know that much.
I'm just saying that maybe trains would be a little bit better at times than planes that have to be stopped because of weather.
I mean, yes, I don't disagree with you. And like a better rail system would be great. America is a little too big for like rails like that to be totally useful. But in general, look, a 12-hour train ride is not worth it, in my opinion. No. And you figure, so the 3-hour Shinkansen is about $200 one way. Maybe actually a little bit less. I think it's like $150. But you figure like a 12-hour one is going to be even more expensive because that's then, a lot more people you have to pay since, there's probably going to have to be like 2 conductors on at any given time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And like those trains don't run 24/7. But I do think in especially along like the coasts, like having high speed rails like that would be great to get from like major cities to major cities.
Definitely, like there should be in the infrastructure in the United States, there definitely should be like a high speed rail from New York to Florida. There definitely should be some form of high speed rail from, honestly, and I'm not just picking it because it's my home city, but honestly, Philly or either Philly, Baltimore, DC to the West Coast. And then there should be branch offs from there. Like, even if the branch offs aren't high speed rail, there should still be something like, and then on the West Coast from, is it Oregon is the top state, right? Or is it Washington?
No, Washington.
Washington down to the bottom of California. Like, there should be something all the way down. There's definitely I would utilize that so much. Like, it's insane that like to go, like, my friend lives in northern Louisiana. If I wanted to go visit them, the closest train station to them is an hour drive, and then it's a 40-hour train ride or some shit like that.
Yeah.
It's insane.
But like also keep in mind, like a lot of other countries that have really good rail systems are like the smaller than California.
Most other countries are smaller than California.
Most yeah, but
you know what I mean? Like Japan, Korea, like China's very large, but their rail system is mostly like
the
urban based.
The entire EU rail system is interconnected with each other. So if I'm basing this model off of the EU system, then just a specific particular country system.
Those aren't fast trains though either.
They are. There are some fast trains on the EU system. There are some higher speed lines
in the US too.
But like It's just we just need better connectivity. Okay, is all I'm saying. Better mass transit.
But then
You're not wrong.
But then who is going to buy all the oil?
I mean, you still the trains will need the oil to make the plastics to make the trains to make the seats and shit. The oil will still be sold.
Yeah, but not they won't be able to sell it at as high of a thing because consumers need it the same.
See, that's when they just start another war, and then they'll be able to sell it at costs again. But that goes beyond. But yeah, so you failed because your plane failed because mass transit sucks. That sucks because I've never gotten into that situation. A buddy of mine, he ended up having an extra 2 days on vacation recently because of he was in Puerto Rico and they couldn't get off the island because of the hurricanes and shit coming back up, and he lives up near New York. So like coming back up to this area, we were getting affected by the hurricane winds. They grounded him for 2 days, basically.
Wow.
Yeah. So he had 2 extra days on vacation, which I don't know like if they just got a smaller, cheaper room or something, but like he got an extra 2 days, which was nice, but it still sucked.
Yeah, and like thankfully I had already taken off yesterday, like because I knew I was going to be tired just from traveling, and like my flight was still going to get in late, like I was going to get in around midnight, so like by the time I got home it was going to be like 12:30, 1 o'clock, but like that's mostly fine. Like I get home at like 1, I go right to bed, like I sleep till like 7 or 8, and like everything's fine.
Yeah,
but no, not yesterday.
No.
Yesterday I was fucking dead all day. I'm still struggling a little today.
So, well, quick fun fact: California would be the 59th largest country. There are 140 countries that would be smaller than California.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
California, ridiculously big.
Yes.
Well, I mean, like now obviously like those maps aren't always the best to scale, but you can barely only fit one Alaska in the United States. That's how big Alaska is.
Oh yeah,
like,
Alaska's.
It's like I don't know what the like that what Alaska would be considered if it were a country, like what number,
Like,
but
probably 5th.
yeah. So yeah, like it's crazy how big the United States is, and it's like 3 states are what do that. Like
Alaska would be 18th
there you go.
largest country.
Ow. I actually didn't realize there was that big of a difference between Alaska and California. Just because like California is so long, so I thought like if you folded California, it would be like similar landmass.
No, that's the thing. Alaska. I'm pretty sure California or Alaska is taller north to south than California is.
Oh wow.
And it's like 4 times wider.
Yeah, and the maps that we see like in history books, even on like globes and stuff, they aren't always perfectly to scale.
Oh yeah,
like,
no.
They're not the closest to scale. So like some countries that are smaller countries might be bigger than some of the bigger countries just because of population density and stuff like that as well. It's not always just a surface area.
California is almost 164,000 square miles of land area. Alaska is 665,000.
Wow.
So almost 5 times.
Yeah.
4 times the size of California.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alaska huge and empty.
Well, enough of my bad travel. Rich, what's on the agenda?
All right, so we already talked about why Cobb failed, and we're not doing book club this week, so we can move that up. Drew, you did a bunch of concerts. Me and Cobb went and saw the new Spider-Man this weekend. Cobb, you watched is that a movie Obsession? A movie? And then me and Cobb, a couple weeks ago, we played the board game last Friday, which we might have talked about a little bit in passing years ago, but we never really got a full like overview about it because we only played one act. So like we got more into.
We did all 4 acts.
The first time we played?
No, the second time.
I didn't play the second time.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I only ever played this game that one time where you killed us, and then this time. I never played that second time.
Oh, we must not have invited you.
Probably not.
Or you actually probably just weren't available.
I don't know. I don't. I've only ever played this game twice. So yeah, we talked about it in passing that first time, but I don't think we talked about it the second time much. So we'll talk about that a bit too.
Yeah. So Drew, what concert you go to?
So I went to shows 3 nights in a row last week, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I saw it was Action Adventure, Like Roses, and Driveways on Thursday at
I like
Brooklyn Bowl.
Roses.
Like Roses was really good. I liked both of the openers a little more than Driveways. Driveways they were fine. They weren't bad, but I liked Like Roses and Action Adventure a lot better. Friday, I wound up getting free tickets to the album release show for my cousin's girlfriend's house. They're a local pop punk emo-y band. They played a Kung Fu Necktie. And then Saturday was the band Goalkeeper, who are a Philly-based emo band. We're playing their like 10th anniversary show of their like literally of the first ever show they played as a band called The Pizzas, where they were like emo pop punk cover band, because the 3 guys were all in different bands, and I forget who was like the headliner of whatever show needed someone else to come in and open, so the 3 of them got together and started playing covers, then gone on to writing their own songs and not. And that was out at the Grape Room in Manayunk, so it was the first time I was ever out in Manayunk. What parking in that area kind of sucks. Some of those hills are also ridiculous. But yeah, the shows were a lot of fun. Definitely all in the emo pop punk area. Can't remember all the openers for the other 2 shows. One of the openers for Goalkeeper was this guy and his band, Gabe Woodrow, who I've seen a few times now. And I forget what show I was at City Winery for. I think it was Aaron West.
That's hilarious. I forget what I was. What I went to so many concerts. I forget what this one was.
Well, yeah. So I'm pretty sure it was Aaron West show. He was in the crowd next to me, and I wound up talking to him for a little while. This was
that's cool.
2 or 3 years ago. So he's a super nice guy. His stuff is real good. But yeah, it was a lot of fun shows and crazy, hectic back and forth weekend.
So it sounds fun though.
Yeah.
Are you going to the something corporate Jack's Mannequin stuff on Friday or Saturday?
No, I am not. I'm going to see Iron Sheik on Saturday coming up. They're playing a free show at Spruce Street Harbor Park. Kevin Day's band Earth is opening that show.
Oh, that's cool.
So they were supposed to open for Iron Sheik at Spruce Street Harbor Park last summer, but then that show got like last minute canceled due to a medical thing for someone in Iron Sheik. So it was cool that it got rescheduled for this year, and Earth got added onto it again. So
yeah, that is actually pretty cool. And the one time I saw them, I liked them. They were fun.
Mm-hmm.
Earth, that is. I've never seen Iron Sheik.
You would probably like Iron Sheik.
I believe that. Anything like particular about any of the concerts though? Or anything
really.
else, I should say.
No, it was all good. A lot of. I mean, it was a lot of local stuff. 2 out of the basically full on. So that was fun.
Yeah.
It sounds like local live music.
Yeah, Jersey Calling has one of their last local shows Friday.
Yeah, I saw Randy messaged me about it, and I'm like, I'll see, maybe.
Yeah, it's in Swarthmore, so it's not too far away.
Yeah.
They played there. I think it was last year. It's a weird little like antique store.
Okay.
Like it's in an alley. Like it's actually hard to find if you don't know where to look. And yeah, it's like this weird antique store where they also put on little shows.
Nice.
So, yeah, should be an interesting one.
Yeah. That
should be. They're not going to have Sean. So.
Oh yeah, right. I did see them post that.
Yeah. But so who knows what songs they're playing?
I'm up to 21 shows for this year already.
That's actually not as high as I would think. You know.
Yeah.
The year's already half over. You're slacking.
That's fair. I've got 1, 2, 3, at least 10 more. Well, I have tickets to 9 more, and then a 10th one that's going to be announced that I'll hopefully get tickets to, and it won't sell out immediately. But
which one's that?
Spanish Live.
Oh, or did they say when they're coming back to Philly?
They're announcing a fall tour soon.
Oh, nice.
The dates and locations aren't 100% set in stone, though. But
that's fair.
They're doing a tour where they're playing all like independent run venues, so no Ticketmaster, and trying to keep
awesome.
Tickets to like $25 after the fees and whatnot.
Other than Underground Arts, is there anyone else in Philly that's like decent size?
I mean, the church.
Oh, right. Like the First Unitarian.
Mm-hmm. I think they said they're trying to play Yuki Club, which is probably a little smaller than Underground Arts.
Oh, see, I thought so I've never been there. I thought that place was actually like legit small.
No, I mean, Underground. I think Underground Arts is really small when you think about it. Like,
I mean, that's true. It's not a big place.
the fact it has 2 rooms makes it seem bigger than like it actually is, because the 2 stages are completely separated. So like when you're in the main room for Underground Arts, like it's not all that big. But I'd say Yuki Club is kind of like similar size to some of the like church basement, like the Jersey Callings of the world played back in
Yeah.
the day. So not like tiny, but not gigantic. I
That's
mean,
fair.
it is straight up a basement as well. Like,
Yeah.
it's the basement of some big like I want to say like administrative building kind of thing, but yeah.
That should be cool though.
Yeah.
I will probably get tickets for that if I can.
Like I said, I'm certainly going to try. I'll be going to the Yuki Club 3 times in a row later in November.
What? Who for?
Dan Campbell.
Oh, okay. Like just him?
Yep, he's playing some solo shows.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, actually, at my cousin's girlfriend's house show, as I was leaving, Matt Brash, the guitarist for the Wonder Years, was there, and like I turned around, just he was there talking to someone. Finished up talking to whoever they were talking to, and so I said hello. We talked to him for a couple minutes. The Wonder Years are in recording stuff already, so their hiatus was so that they could actually just get into a studio and write and not have to write songs while on the road.
I mean that seems fair. And like they did. It was this past spring that they did their tour, right? Where they did like the 5 shows in Philly.
Yeah.
So do a big tour, then take some time off.
Yeah.
I don't know why Benny woke up and then just decided he had to bark.
Well, he does.
That's some dog.
He's a good old man.
He's a good
He's doing
boy.
it for Protect.
No, he's doing it because he wants something, and he's a goober. You're a good boy though, bud. He's like pacing in the hallway right now. Cool. I mean, concerts are fun, so it's always good times. And then Rich, you also went and saw Spider-Man?
Yeah, we both. I guess we both went and saw Spider-Man this weekend.
Yeah, I saw it on Friday.
I thought it was incredible. I thought it was really good. I had a lot of fun with it. The villain, the quote villain, was what everyone expected them to be, and I'm not surprised at who it was. It was really cool that they did that.
Well, go ahead and like spoilers. Like,
yeah,
we're just going to spoil the movie.
Yeah. So like Jean Grey is the technical villain of the movie. Which I don't know a lot about Jean Grey's history and Jean Grey's past. I've been reading up people saying like, oh, well, actually, she's kind of prior to being found by Professor X. She was always a bit of a delinquent, and like this is kind of on brand with her. Which I'm like, yeah, that's cool. I mean, it's cool that like they turned her into something that like she was an anti-hero for the most part. She wasn't necessarily doing this to hurt. She was trying to find her sister and trying to understand
like
what
she was
on.
also
like,
hurting people.
She was hurting people, but she wasn't doing
like,
it.
That's not really an anti-hero. Like she was hurting innocents doing it.
Did she hurt? She only hurt people that were, well, I guess the old lady that took the what's it called, the tank.
Well, she also had one of the people she took over walk in front of a bus.
Yeah, true.
She was not good. And I will also say I like the actress. I wish she wasn't Jean Grey though. Like that's the one thing I didn't like, the Jean Grey stuff. I thought the movie was great, and like her being Jean Grey didn't ruin it, but her being Jean Grey is just weird. Like her and Jean Grey and Spider-Man have zero interactions. They are not characters that have any connection whatsoever.
Yeah, but like that's just in the comics. This is a whole new world. So this is like that's one thing that like you've talked about how you don't like Kang because all he is a time traveler, but it's like you do have to separate like the comics from the modern world. And
there are so many other ways they could have used that actress without it being just a way to force in the X-Men into the MCU, because that's all they're trying to do. They're just trying to pave the way for the X-Men.
I mean, are they though? Because Doomsday was supposed to pave a way to combine all the universes. Yeah, that's bringing in the original X-Men.
They're not going to use the actors that are all in their 50s. Um, they
They're all in Doomsday.
Yeah, and by the end of Doomsday, they're probably all going to be dead. They're already casting other people as mutants. They cast shit. She's an Australian actress. They cast her as Emma Frost.
But they also have sown the seeds of mutants being in the MCU with Miss Marvel.
Yeah, which they then never followed up on with Miss Marvel.
Well, they haven't had another series of hers. She's been hinted at in other movies, like she was in the Marvels.
Was that the last time she's been shown or mentioned?
She was also, and that might be because I think I think the Marvels came out after Hawkeye, but she was also like in part of Hawkeye, as well. Like, yeah, we haven't seen her, but like we haven't seen her since. However, like she has been in some things. They have hinted at it at the end of the Marvels. What's her name? The not Kamala and not Carol, the other girl.
Oh, Monica Rambeau.
Yeah,
I don't know what to call her in that. I still never saw the Marvels.
Yeah, she goes the post credits. She goes into an alternate universe and sees Beast.
So like, I remember that being spoiled.
Yeah, like, look, at this point you haven't seen it. I'm going to spoil it because it's been long enough.
I mean, I heard about that years ago. It's
so like
yeah,
like they've been sowing the seeds of like the X-Men coming here and merging universes or whatever. Like, I don't think it's necessarily the only thing I don't like. I like what they did with Jean and made her like the villain, but made her a redeemable villain because she uncovered other problems and she brought to light other problems. That's why I called her more of an anti-hero, but she was the villain for sure, but like her actions were for the better.
Yeah,
she was
like I said, I liked her in the movie. Like, I think like the character was fine. I just wish it wasn't Jean Grey. Like, I think that's the part that I don't like.
What other character would you want it to be for a mind control scenario though?
I apologize. Like, I don't have any off the top of my head. There are a billion other fucking Marvel characters that can do mind control. Just so many, and it wasn't just her. So the guy that was running damage control, he's one of the main anti-mutant people from the comics too.
Yeah, and yeah. So like
it was a backdoor pilot for the X-Men is what they used Spider-Man for.
Yeah. But at the same time, it was a very strong character story about Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, like all the Spider-Man stuff was great. Like I think what they did with him and how they kind of used his isolation the way they did, like, legitimately really enjoyed that. Mm-hmm. Like my biggest complaint is just like I wish they didn't use Jean Grey. Like everything else, I actually like legitimately. I thought almost everything else was really well done.
Yeah, I like that they use her just because like they're showing that yes, these superpowers are in the greater known world at this point. The mutants in some form are in this world in some way, shape, or form, and that like it's I don't know. I don't know. It's established. It is establishing that like you call it a backdoor pilot. I don't fully consider it that way. It is establishing that like there are more enhanced people in this world than we know. And
we do know that because they've shown us those maps in like 3 different movies of all the people with powers, right?
Have they? Like what
I know one of them was in Civil War for sure. And I'm pretty sure it happened in 2 other, maybe not 2, but at least 1 other movie where like they alluded to just how many like people with different abilities existed around the world.
They've alluded to like powered people. Yes, Civil War they showed,
and they should have showed the map with
powers.
People's names on it.
But they've never given us like, and a lot because they probably couldn't have due to licensing rights. They've never given us actual legitimate like named Marvel characters when they were talking about different powered instances. This was the first time where like just a powered person is somebody that people know.
And I will also say it didn't actually dawn on me at the time, but I saw it online afterwards. I think like one other thing that kind of bugged me about Jean is it's one more like Marvel villain that like, or one more Spider-Man villain in like the MCU movies that isn't really a villain for Peter. Like, this version of Spider-Man has no real, like, enemy, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because, like, the Vulture was the closest one, but, and like, I literally read something where it pointed out, like, the Vulture was, because of the Avengers, like, wasn't really after Spider-Man. Spider-Man just kind of got in the way. Mysterio was mad at Tony Stark, so was coming after somebody connected to Tony. No Way Home, the villains were all from other universes. They were other Spider-Man's villains.
Yeah.
And now in this one, like, Jean's not really a villain, like you said. Like, she's not a good person, but, like, she was not, like, somebody that he has as an antagonist.
Yeah. But to feed on that, like, look at the villains that so Vulture's in prison. We haven't seen him since.
No, yeah, we did.
No, we
at
didn't.
the end of Morbius.
No one fucking saw Morbius. That doesn't
We
count. That's not canon. Like, literally, like no one saw Morbius. But we haven't seen Vulture since Homecoming. Mysterio is questionably dead. Like, you could say that somebody else could take over the Mysterio moniker, based on how Mysterio worked in this one, which I really did love how he worked. And he could still be a villain against Spider-Man. But at this point, no one knows, and that's the problem with the idea of he doesn't have a true villain, is no one knows who, like, people know who Spider-Man is, but a lot of the problems with Peter Parker in the first three were that people knew he was Spider-Man.
Well, that's really only in the third one.
No, it was the second one as well. Like, once Mysterio found out, like, who Spider-Man was and why he had these glasses and shit, it was about getting the glasses and getting hold of that technology to be able to basically take over the world using those glasses from Tony Stark. Because, of course, Tony Stark can't fucking learn his lesson and not have something that can control the world. So, like, after Spider-Man 3, now that no one knows that he is Spider-Man, he has Scorpion, which is an ongoing villain. They have mentioned Shocker, who was in Homecoming. He could be an ongoing villain. They could show him off. Like, there are, although no one was specifically against him in his movies, they are now against him, but there's only so much you can do with a 3-hour movie, with a 2.5-hour movie. So, like, to have, like, they hinted a few things that he did. He fought the Hand, which I don't like what they did to the Hand in this movie. I feel like there's a little bit more to that. I feel like maybe the villain, the guy, the head of Damage Control was actually working for the Hand more so than them working for him.
No, because at the end they were just being controlled by Jean. Like, they weren't actually even really fighting Spider-Man.
Yeah, they were being controlled by Jean, but, like, the whole, and, like, them being part of working with Damage Control, I feel like that wasn't. I feel like there's another little bit of a background thing of, like, oh, it wasn't, they, like, Spider-Man defeated that group, but, like, that group then worked with this guy, and now they're working with the Hand overall. Like, I feel like there might be some back-end thing, because we did have the Hand in the Netflix series, which I'm pretty sure are still canon, because the current stuff that's going on, still continue to work
at least that they are until they aren't, right? Like, until Marvel decides for whatever reason that something from them isn't canon.
Yeah.
And, like, yes, like, the Hand is larger than just those, like, 6 people.
Yeah.
I doubt Damage Control was working with the Hand. I think it was just we don't have anyone for Spider-Man to fight at the climax. Well, so let's have him fight ninjas.
Cobb, they mentioned in the beginning of the movie that he fought the Hand, and then the Hand was working for Damage Control.
Yeah, literally, during the little montage at the beginning, that he takes out Scorpion, the Hand, Tombstone, and Tarantula, and somebody else, Boomerang. And then when he goes to Damage Control, he's like, "What are they doing?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, no, we hired them."
Yeah,
they're basically just mercenaries. For the right money, they'll do anything.
No, he was like, they're teens that just need somebody to show them what's right.
He doesn't call them teens.
He calls them teens. They were teenagers.
No, they weren't.
They were a bunch of kids that just needed to be showed the right way to do things.
They weren't teenagers.
I'm 99% sure he called them teenagers or kids.
No, he did not call them kids or teenagers. He did say something along the lines of, like, they just needed to be shown a different way. But he did not call them children. And, like, they didn't look like children. They were fucking adults. You're not wrong about the like doing it a different way part though.
This is according to Gemini. According to dialogue in Spider-Man Brand New Day, Department of Damage Control director mentions that this iteration of the hand consists of rebellious young people / teens who are left without traditional master before they end up.
They all looked 40.
The new Black Panther is playing. The new guy who's playing Black Panther is 32 years old, playing a 10-year-old. So.
Oh, it's coming out after Doomsday. They're going to do something stupid.
There's going to be a 15-year time jump or some shit.
No, they're going to pull him from the future. Like I guarantee that's what it's going to be. All the worlds are going to collide and explode and die, and then when they reset everything so that just the characters they want to keep using exist, it's going to be that version of T'Challa's kid from 15 years in the future or whatever.
But like. I don't like it's like, oh, they were just misguided teens. I didn't like that. I was like, that's not what the hand is, though.
No,
so, like,
it's not.
But like the idea that, oh, they lost their master, maybe they were like an offshoot of the hand or something like that, or maybe they didn't actually lose their master and they were working side to side with Damage Control, and it was just a cover up. Who knows for sure? Marvel can change it. They've changed things before. They're changing the end of Endgame 10 years later, like they can change it. But like, yeah, this movie, yes, it does establish like the potential for anti-mutant legislation and things like that, and how we need to control the mutants. It established the ability to turn powers off, and they're going to be trying to get that technology and learn that technology to stop mutants and stop enhanced.
And I mean, that's a big thing with the X-Men. Like, even look at like the 92 cartoon. Like, there was an entire story arc where like a bunch of the X-Men got like power dampeners put on as they were like working at like a Sentinel factory as like slave labor or something like that. Like, they were literally they were using mutants to create Sentinels to kill mutants and taking their powers away from them.
Yeah. So, like, yes, it does build up, like, the overworld of, like, mutants are going to be a thing and a problem. But, like, I definitely don't think it takes away from anything that they did with Spider-Man. And I think it was a good intro. Otherwise, like, I don't think it was necessarily a negative thing that they used Jean or that they used mutants as, like, the starting point or a way to start the mutants in the greater world of the 616 universe that we have in the MCU.
Yeah, look, like I said, I still enjoyed the movie. I just wish they had used a different villain. That's all. I thought the best part of the movie was actually the Punisher.
Frank was great.
I
loved
the Spider-Man and the Punisher interacting were the best parts of that entire movie.
Yeah.
Because they managed to have both, like, they had action, comedy, and drama between those two.
Yeah, it's like they and it shows that both Tom Holland and what's his name are real life heroes. John Barenthal are real life, not heroes, friends. Like, they have such great chemistry together on screen.
Yeah. Well, I knew they were friends. I didn't realize. So they filmed each other's auditions for the roles originally. So, like, John Barenthal filmed the audition that Tom Holland sent in for Spider-Man.
Really?
And Tom Holland filmed John Barenthal's audition for Punisher, apparently.
Are you sure?
They literally talked about it on Hot Ones.
Because I didn't think they knew each other that when Tom Holland was a teenager at that time.
They did a movie together.
Was that movie that young?
Yeah. And somewhere they said they had known each other for over 10 years.
Pilgrimage in 2017,
which means it probably filmed earlier than that, since it was also like a small movie.
Filming in Ireland in 2015.
Yeah, so that would have been before Spider-Man got introduced in Civil War.
Yeah, I guess so. I watched that Hot Ones episode. I must have missed when they said like they filmed each other's.
It's a small reference there, but then I think it was like a different interview I saw like the text from, where they were saying that like originally when Tom filmed like his Spider-Man audition, he just kind of he did it very straight, like he just kind of like read the lines like in character. And it was John Barenthal who's like, no, like do stuff, like do a backflip, like
yeah.
And he credits that to as what actually helped him land the role, because he could do some of that stuff.
Mhm.
But yeah, those two were great together. I while I liked the stuff with MJ, I'm sad that Ned wasn't in it more. Like, if
Yeah,
that makes sense. Like, I don't think they did a bad job with either of them. And I think like the stuff they had with between like the three of them, whether it was like one on one or like the whole group, was actually really well done. But I wish Ned had been in it more, even if it was just as as somebody with like MJ, not necessarily interacting with Peter.
yeah. The actor who plays Ned and that character is just a great character. That he could have been in it more, but you're already talking about a movie that's running over 2.5 hours. At this point, like I think it was over 2.5.
Yeah, it was right around 2.5. Yeah.
So like to add, even to me, as much as I enjoyed it, even to me, I was like, this is getting a little long.
I mean, honestly, I would happily cut out the Yelena stuff to have had more scenes with Ned.
Yeah. Like not cut it out fully, but maybe shortened them a bit.
Yeah, like I didn't need the bathhouse scene at all.
Yeah,
that could have been an email.
Yeah.
And that was like 10-15 minutes. Where like I would have rather just had more stuff with Ned. And like I like Yelena. Like I think she's a fun character, but also like it meant nothing to me because I also haven't seen Thunderbolts or New Avengers, whatever they're calling it.
It's Thunder. It's both.
I think it's officially New Avengers now.
It's officially New Avengers, but it was Thunderbolts in the theaters with the asterisk because they didn't want to call it New Avengers
until after, and so they spoiled it the day after it was.
Except, they spoiled it by changing the posters everywhere 2 days after it came out.
Yeah. And like don't get me wrong, like I thought that like she was very good in that scene. Like that character is very funny, and the way Florence Pugh like delivers all those lines is great. But like I would have rather seen more stuff with like Ned, because like the scene where he is Spider-Man like in their apartment, that was one of the better scenes in the movie. Like it was just them kind of hanging out.
It was an incredibly nice and wholesome scene, which I just absolutely loved. It's like because you didn't get a lot of that in this one, as you did in the first three, but it's because like there's not that relationship isn't there anymore.
Yeah, that's the whole thing in that movie. He has no one.
Yeah,
he gave up everything to protect everybody.
Yeah. So to have those wholesome interactions it was great. It was great to have those wholesome.
Yeah, like the closest thing he had was the police officer, who I am super curious to see if she shows up again and they kill her.
Are you saying to get a Miles Morales type of situation? Like, is she going to be the new Miles? Or Miles is like? Because I know Miles' dad is.
So that's only in the game. Miles's dad was never a cop in the comics.
Well, in Spider-Verse, isn't he a cop in Spider-Verse?
Oh yeah, I think he is a cop in Spider-Verse too. Yeah. But yeah, that Spider-Verse and the game did that. I'm not sure why, to be honest with you. But oh god, where was I going with that? No, so she plays Jean DeWolf, who is a character from like the 80s, I think 70s or 80s. That dies as like an ally of Spider-Man. It's like she is one in like a string of characters from like that like 60s through 80s that like was an ally or friend of Spider-Man that ended up like dying permanently. So you have like Captain Stacy, Gwen Stacy, the Wolf, and I feel like there's one other person I'm forgetting that like they basically die because of Spider-Man. So I'm curious if like they'll keep using her and like go down that route, or if they'll just keep her as like a reoccurring like ally sort of character.
Yeah, we'll see. We have to wait to find out when the next Spider-Man movie is going to be. So Spider-Man's not even in Doomsday, so
that we know of.
He wasn't on the cast listing
again. Like, that we know of.
That whole big teaser with the 26 fucking names on it or whatever.
Yeah, neither was Deadpool, but Deadpool's probably in it.
There's Secret Wars also coming out, so
yeah, it's a year later. But like Ryan Reynolds showed up as Deadpool at Comic-Con, and like was part of the panel. Like he is almost certainly going to be in one of them, and Spider-Man will almost certainly be in one of them too.
Yeah, they'll probably, but if they're not in Doomsday, they'll be in Secret Wars or whatever.
It'll be interesting to see if they go the Secret Wars route to introduce him to the Venom symbiote.
It's very possible because Venom symbiote is still on Earth 616. So
Is it?
yes, at the end of No Way Home, one of the credit
Right, right,
scenes,
yeah. A little
it
bit of them
had
got left behind.
a little, yeah.
I remember the credit scene where Venom flashes to that universe and then flashes back.
Venom 2
I
is
forgot
when
some of it got left behind.
yeah. I will say, out of everything, the most disappointing part of that movie was that end credit scene.
Yeah,
That
I didn't care for that either.
I no, look, granted, I had a little bit more of an expectation of at the end of it. I was like, either A, he's going to wake up with 2 more arms, or B, she's going to show up in Westchester at the mansion. Obviously, neither of those happened, and the end credit scene is just the Spidey app somehow being able to find Spider-Man in space. And what is this Spider-Man in space? Like, that to me was like it was such a waste of sitting there watching the credits.
Yep. I mean, like I've said it before, like the after credit scenes haven't been good in a very long time. Like I looked it up. When the movie ends, I just go to aftercredits.com to see what they are, and I didn't actually stay around for it because
I look up
I saw what it was.
in a new movie. I look up to see if there is one, but I'm not going to read it if I've never seen it before. Because I want to see it. But I was just like, you could have just made this a mid-credit scene and said and then said Spider-Man will return and then finish the credits. Like, just let us go home at this point.
Well, that's why I look it up, because I haven't enjoyed an after credit scene in probably a decade. So like, I'd rather just look it up, see if it's worth sticking around for, and then leave when it's inevitably not.
Mm. Like I'm trying, like the recent, and like we've gone over. I'm rewatching all the movies, and I haven't really watched any of the movies since post Endgame more than once. So trying to remember all of the end credit scenes of all the movies, like the Fantastic Four one was interesting.
I never saw that one.
I know, because you haven't seen Fantastic Four. The Thunderbolts one,
Fantastic Four, I haven't seen.
Yeah, the Thunderbolts one was interesting. What was before Thunderbolts?
Captain America?
Yeah,
I think it was Captain America, because that was like last year.
Yeah, I think it was Captain America, and I think the credits scene for that was just her and Ross.
Wasn't it Liv Tyler?
Liv Tyler and Ross in the raft. Or something. I don't remember. But I don't remember some of them. I know the last one I remember is Ant-Man Quantum Mania, right? Ant-Man 3. And that one was good. That one was interesting, but it just, they're not using Kang, so it was a waste. Unfortunately. But I think I read something that they might have recast Kang. No, I didn't. It was a lie. They recast Kang in X-Men 97. Or they casted a voice actor for Kang in X-Men 97 or some shit like that.
Oh, okay.
But it was like, they recast Kang in the MCU, and I read it, I'm like, no, that's fucking 97, which is not canon towards the MCU, so they did not fucking recast him, you fucking moron.
That's how clickbait works, though.
Yeah, so, but I've never been more disappointed, I've never been disappointed by the credit scenes, except for this one.
I mean, this one was especially bad because it wasn't even a scene. It was fucking from what I saw. It was just like basically a cartoon. Like it was just an animated like screen.
So Drew, here's the credit. Here's the thing. The background of the end credit scene. Ned makes an app that is
it's crowdsourced Spider-Man tracker.
It's a crowdsourced Spider-Man tracker app. Yeah,
okay.
P2P Spider-Man tracker app. So people will see Spider-Man and they can hey, I see he's got activity here. He's doing this. Hey, he did this. And you can track where he is and maybe see him out your window if you're watching the tracker. Well, this app says new Spider-Man activity. Tracking, and it zooms out and then goes past the moon and shows Spider-Man just out in space. Who the fuck is using this app out in space saying, hey, there's a Spider-Man activity out here? That's not how that app works. That app doesn't just know. It's a P2P service. It made no sense. It was dumb. It was a waste of me sitting there watching the credits. I've told everyone I know who's going to see the movie, hey, just fair warning, the end credits scene, not really worth it. It's kind of dull. It's stupid. It's up to you if you want to stay and watch, but just don't get your hopes up on it. It's the first time I've ever told people you really don't need to watch this end credit scene.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like it was bad, especially like it was a legitimately good movie.
Yeah.
And then yeah, if you sat there for 10 minutes of credits, it there was no reason to.
Yeah, you could have had Jean Grey, because the end of the movie, Jean's on a bus going up to upstate New York. Like, you could have had her showing up at a mansion in Westchester, New York, with a guy in a wheelchair. Boom, there you go.
But then they have to like admit that they're definitely doing the X-Men.
They're definitely doing the X-Men.
I know. It's look, I agree, but also like I am of the mind that like they should just stop with the after credit scenes.
I mean, yeah, or like not necessarily stop with after credit scenes. If they want to keep doing those little teasers, whatnot, do mid credit scenes only. Like, stop, just move them to after you do the base credits, show the scene, and let's get on with our day. Like,
What did you think of the Hulk?
I like the Hulk. I liked that, like, because I see people out there complaining like, I don't understand. He had full control of the Hulk during Endgame. Why doesn't he have full control now? And blah blah blah. And I'm like, well, it's always been like a dual personality situation. And Hulk is not happy about how he doesn't always let him out. And Hulk doesn't. They don't. Hulk doesn't want to be used as the Hulk. Like, he wants to be a friend of everyone. Like, they have those conversations in Ragnarok and stuff. Like, so like there's always been some contention, and they also did build up that like there were some issues with the stabilizer in She-Hulk a little bit. Like, it broke at one point and stuff.
And so that was the whole thing too. Like he didn't have control over it. He was using
the
device to
yeah
basically like take control of the Hulk side, and then it was destroyed during that fight, and he lost control. That's why like Peter literally says, I didn't know you could get that big, because he's never seen the Hulk before.
He's never seen the true Hulk. He's always seen like Professor Hulk and stuff. And that's like, but like people are complaining like, well, in Endgame he didn't have the device. Well, it's like they probably explained it better in She-Hulk. I don't fully remember, but like, because of using the gauntlet, he had to get out of Hulk form in order for the Hulk to heal properly from the damage of using the gauntlet. That it might have altered the Hulk himself, and
well, we also didn't like the thing he had on was on his arm. When he hulks out, that thing would not be the right size for that.
But it's the thing on his arm is the same thing that Peter put on the chip on his back of the neck. It's
Peter just made a smaller version of it.
Yeah, and like in She-Hulk, he had one of those devices.
Yeah, exactly.
When they got into the car crash, I don't think it broke, but
something went wrong with it. But yeah, like they showed that like it wasn't a control thing; it was a science thing. Yeah. And when the science fails, the Hulk's still there. Like, it's not like Banner suddenly learned how to just fully control and embrace the Hulk.
I mean, but he did though in Endgame. He learned how to combine their powers.
I think it was still science related. I just don't think they went into it the way they did in She-Hulk.
They really didn't go into how he like fully became Professor Hulk. Like,
yeah, they just kind of left it dangling.
But
like then 2 years later on She-Hulk is when they kind of like dive into it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Like, I thought it was good. I feel bad that the Hulk is always being used as like a problem.
I didn't like that, like the news clip was just like, and Dr. Banner is now in a psychiatric hospital to try and help him. I'm like, that's kind of fucked. Like,
I mean, I didn't I didn't have any like negative feelings about like how they treated Hulk or what they did to Hulk at the end of it. I don't fully remember like that full line of like he's in a psychiatric hospital or whatever.
That's all it is. It's like him having like a panic attack as they like cart him away, and then like a news reporter talking about like what happened and saying like Dr. Banner, who hasn't had a Hulk episode in a number of years, like is currently in a psychiatric hospital for his condition or something like that.
I mean, he is messed up because like he's never liked going Hulk, and he's always felt bad about what he's done as Hulk. Like, that's why he left the planet during Age of Ultron and shit like that. Like, he's always like never felt accepted and never felt happy with what happens. So like, I get it. He's probably dealing with a lot because he hurt a lot of people. It wasn't his fault. He was being mind controlled, and then he lost control after that. Like, it's not his fault. But I get it. I get, like, he's probably gonna need to go through some.
Yeah, but yeah, overall, like good movie. I liked the final scene. I like that the movie actually didn't end with just like a big fight. Like there was actually there was a cool fight. Him kind of like embracing like his new powers. Like I thought was cool. I think it's funny. You are not the only person I've heard think that he was gonna go like man spider, like with the extra arms and all.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna be full man spider by the end.
Whereas ever since even like the name of the movie got revealed, like I just assumed they were doing the other. So like the man, like him turning into like the actual like humanoid spider thing, like happened like even further back. Like I remember that from the animated series. Like that was like a thing in there. But in like the 2000s, before the actual Brand New Day storyline happened, he had something happen where he was cocooned for a while. And when he came out, he had new abilities. So, and this was like shortly after I think Spider-Man 2 came out, like the movie. So they gave him organic webs in the comics. He had heightened spider sense, heightened strength. And the one thing they didn't do in the movie was he got these like stingers that could come out of his wrists also. Mm-hmm. And so like there was like this period where like all the powers that he got in this movie, he basically had in the comics.
Yeah.
So like when I started seeing, especially when they showed in the trailers, like in getting the organic webbing, I'm like, oh, cool. Like they're going that route. Like that's not something I expected to see them do.
Yeah. Like I knew, like when I saw like the organic webbing, I was like, okay, cool. Like I was upset that I saw that because I was like, I didn't want to know like that he was actually getting organic webbing, but my brain was like, oh, he's good. Like all the trailers were like about stopping his mutation. And I was like, oh, he's going to go full on Man Spider. And he didn't. I mean, they still can. They still can do Man Spider.
I actually forgot that was a thing until I saw other people say it. I'm like, oh, right. That was also something that happened to Spider-Man.
Yeah.
All I kept thinking was like, no, this is just the other. Like, they're giving him the upgraded powers just like he got right before, I think it was like right before Civil War, actually. Mm-hmm. Because it was basically like, in the comics, it was... He got the new powers. Civil War happened. He unmasked to the public. He made the deal to erase himself from the public, and then Brand New Day, which different circumstances led to all of it. But like that's basically what the movies have done too. Like he was publicly shown to the world. He made a deal with Doctor Strange to erase that memory from everybody, including his loved ones. Mm-hmm. And then Brand New Day happens, and it's kind of like a status quo reset. I think that the biggest difference is in the comics, he couldn't go through with it with being completely alone, or being completely unknown again. So like he kept MJ out of the spell, so she still knew he was Spider-Man.
Yeah,
but like her not knowing in the movie actually works better.
Yeah, it was a better movie because she didn't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's enough on Spider-Man. Like, we both agree it was a really good movie.
Yeah. Just not Jean Grey.
Agree to disagree.
And look, the actress was actually fantastic. So like, nothing against her. Like, she did a really good job. Did you know that the girl that played her sister is apparently supposed to be her older sister? Was only 16.
No, I did not know that.
And like, Sadie Sink is like in her mid-20s.
Is she really that much older?
Yeah.
Is she really that old?
Yeah, she's like 24 or 25.
Yeah, she's 24, but she looks young.
Yeah, I thought it was very funny.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we can move on to Obsession.
Yeah. Tell us about Obsession. It's a spooky movie, right?
Yes and no. So I actually watched this a couple weeks ago. But I didn't record last week, so here we are. So it is a horror movie, but it's more like a psychological thriller. So it's one of those like be careful what you wish for sort of scenarios where the movie kind of follows this guy who is in love with one of his friends, but he's too like anxious and shy to actually like admit it to her. And I forget, she loses something at the beginning of the movie, like a crystal or something, like a necklace. So he goes to like one of those like spiritual stores to like try and find like a replacement for her as like a gift. And while he's there, he sees like this little like silly like one wish thing where it's supposed to be like a piece of wood and you break it in half, and when you break it in half, you get one wish. And he bought it, assuming it wasn't real, and he ends up dropping her off at her house, and like he sees the thing and he pulls it out and like he snaps it in half and says like, I wish she loved me more than anybody. And then it ends up being real, and the girl becomes like deranged obsessed with him, to the point where like she starts doing like really creepy and gross stuff. So like he'd wake up at night and she'd be like hovering in the corner watching him, and then like would do like this very creepy like skitter thing across the floor to him. And like there's one scene where she is literally just, he has to go to work and they pan the camera around and she has duct taped the entire door shut so that he can't leave. And then when he does leave, he says, "Hey, just wait right there. I'll be back after work." She actually just stands in that one spot and doesn't move for like 10 hours and ends up like peeing herself and like throwing up on herself, like all sorts of just disgusting stuff when he gets home.
Okay.
And then she starts killing people that like she views as like a threat. But the whole time she's also having these like twist moments where her real personality's coming out and she's having like freak out moments. So there's a scene where like she like snaps out of that for a second and like comes back to herself and starts like smacking her head against like a table. Because like her subconscious knows what's going on and can't do anything the whole time. All she can do is like let this like weird thing make her obsessed with this guy. And just that, like the actress, I don't know her name. She does such a good job. Like between like being super creepy, being like horrified every time like she does snap out of it, like just a really good job at being creepy. And like everyone else around her, like is obviously trying to like figure out what the fuck is going on. And like at one point, like the guy starts going to people, be like trying to get other people to make a wish to like stop it, and they just won't. Like they don't believe him. They think he's just full of shit. Even though like this girl is obviously like out of her fucking mind all of a sudden. But like it was a like really like it was a very surprising movie. Because I had heard a bunch of people talk about how good it was, and then like I looked up the synopsis and I'm like, oh okay, well it says it's like a horror movie. Like this seems like it could be creepy, and like it was less creepy and more just unsettling. But like really good.
Yeah. I hear nothing but good about it. My parents watched it and they loved it. It's just, yeah, it's definitely one of those like kinds of horror movies that I wouldn't be able to get into because of like the unsettling nature of it and stuff.
Yeah, and it's weird because like it's really not horror. It is just it's weird and unsettling, some of the stuff that she does. Apparently I saw something, they had to cut some of the scenes short because they would have actually gotten them like an NC-17 rating. So like there is one scene where somebody is killed, and apparently the original cut, it went on much longer, and the director had the actor that got killed come in to do like ADR of them like wheezing and like breathing and like gasping and stuff like that, basically as they died.
Peace.
And yeah, they ended up having to cut that way down to not get an NC-17 rating.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, like it was weird. Like it actually even had like some like there was some like legitimately funny moments in it too. But yeah, like I really liked it. It's been 2 weeks, so I'm like drawing a little bit of a blank on like all the little things in it, but
yeah,
I thought it was good.
Nice.
Definitely thought it was good. Did you want to talk about Last Friday?
Yeah.
Go.
So me and Cobb a couple weeks ago, we played a board game called Last Friday. It's an asymmetric board game, up to 5, but 5 versus 1, up to 6 players, 5 versus 1, where one player is playing as like the Jason Voorhees, the villain, while the other 5 are playing as like the campers and survivors of the campsite. The players don't know where the villain is, except for on certain turns. They reveal where they were 3 turns ago, or they reveal where they are now based on the round, or based on the chapter. And yeah, it's you. The whole goal is like trying to stay away from the villain or catching the villain, stuff like that. And I'm gonna be 100% honest with you, dude. I was bored.
Really?
Yeah. I think I now don't get me wrong. I think the game has a good foundation, but there are just, in my opinion, some flaws to it that just really don't click with me and don't work with me. Like, so our play session, I first round, within 5 rounds, I made it to the room, and then there was nothing for me to do until the next round. The second round, I moved from the right side of the board to the left side of the board and didn't interact with the villain at all. The third round, I went from the left side of the board to the right side of the board and didn't interact with the villain until after turn 12. So literally my entire play session was moving from left to right to left.
Yeah.
Or
I like the game, but I think there's some things that don't like the game doesn't incentivize you enough to go looking for stuff beyond the first handful of things you have to go for.
There's nothing to go looking for.
That's what I mean. You don't get the clue token things that give you the ability to do other stuff are only placed once every 3 turns.
Once every couple of turns. There's no reason to there's no reason to do certain things. There's no reason to go around and look at things unless there's certain things that just have been uncovered. But so the way the game works, for anyone who hasn't played, for Drew, the way the game works is the villain, if they on certain rounds, if the villain crosses the heroes, they kill the hero. Or if the hero crosses the hero dies. The villain, and this is one of the bigger problems I have with the game. The villain has 3 ways to end the game and win the game, or three win chances to straight up end the game if you decide to play the game with all 4 chapters. Chapter 1, Chapter 3, and Chapter 4, the villain has a win condition that will stop the game in its tracks. In Chapter 1, it's to kill everybody. Chapter 2 is to kill the clandestine, the chosen one.
No, there is no way to win Chapter 2.
No, Chapter 3 is what I meant.
Yeah.
Chapter 3. And then Chapter 4 is just survive for 15 rounds. The heroes have to hit win conditions in Chapters 1, 3, and 4 in order to win the game. So they have to, there's no way for them to legitimately win, but they have to hit win conditions to progress through the next couple of chapters. They have to, Chapter 1, at least one person has to survive in a house. Chapter 3, the survivor, the chosen one, has to survive all 15 rounds. And Chapter 4, they have to catch or corner the chosen one has to catch, or the players have to corner the villain. Notice I didn't mention Chapter 2. In my opinion, Chapter 2 is a waste of time.
Yeah, there's not really. So that's what I mean by the game doesn't incentivize you to do the token thing. If there were more clue tokens placed as part of setup, rather than it being reliant on them only going down once every 3 turns, you'd have reason to actually explore the board. Because if they were being say a certain amount of them got laid at setup, and then every turn one got laid by the
by the villain,
by the killer, then you have this okay, so they put it over here, which means they're probably over there. Do I take the chance to go get it because it could help us, or do I just play it safe and stay over here?
But even on that, there's still no reason for Chapter 2.
Well, it would give you a chance to get tokens since they carry over through the games. That's what I mean.
But I will also say then on that aspect, there's no reason for the villain to want to play Chapter 2. So the villain, and this is my problem with Chapter 2, the villain cannot kill the heroes in Chapter 2. So in order for the villain to gain anything in Chapter 2, they need to have had already killed 4 of the heroes in Chapter 3. 4 of the heroes in Chapter 2, in Chapter 1, and the heroes did not bury any bodies of the 2 pre-dead bodies on the ground. So there would be 6 dead bodies on the ground. In order for the villain to get anything in Chapter 2, there needs to be 6 bodies on the ground, because the heroes have 5 heroes and they can't die. So if I were the villain, there's nothing for me to do this chapter except run. But if I get caught, we just move on to the next chapter. If I don't get caught, we just move on to the next chapter. There is no sense in playing that chapter, in my opinion.
And that's what I mean. There's no other incentive to it. Like
Yeah.
if there was another mechanic to
Yeah.
the chapter, then yeah, like there would be more to it.
Another like issue I have is we discussed like we've discussed the rule book. The rules are very convoluted. Did you know that we were playing the axe ability for the villain wrong?
What do you
Well,
mean?
not the axe ability, but the trapdoor ability. So you explained the trapdoor as you go from trapdoor to trapdoor as the killer.
That's what the
Which,
instruction said.
hold on. In the instructions for special moves of the maniac, it says the maniac can use a secret passage on a cabin tile, that's the maniac side, once per chapter. The secret passage allows movement from one cabin with a secret passage to another in a single move. That's okay. So it says one tile with a secret passage to another, meaning to another secret passage. However, where it's talking about the axe, when the maniac opens a cabin using the axe, he places a cabin tile on the cabin location board on the cabin location on the board, the maniac's side up. The maniac can now access a secret passage through the trapdoor and can move to any other cabin from this one, but not vice versa. So they can access the.
The instructions contradict themselves.
The one says that you can go from just one door to another door. This one says you can go from
only exists on the ones that the maniac breaks open.
So then using the axe, it says that you can use the trapdoor to go from trapdoor to any other cabin. You just can't go from any other cabin to the trapdoor. And then the cabin tiles page even says if the tile is placed in maniac side up, it opens a secret passage. Once in a chapter, the maniac can use this passage to move from a numbered circle connected to the trapdoor to a numbered circle in any other cabin, even if it's opened even if it's open on the camper side. So it's convoluted, is what it is. It doesn't. 3 different spots within the book, it explains how to use the secret passages, and it contradicts itself. Twice it agrees, and once it contradicts. So like. Another thing is you were saying that the villain gets a power back in chapter 3. They don't. They only get that power back if you're only playing chapter 3. The book has it broken down where if you're playing all 4 chapters or if you're playing 1 chapter at a time. And so if you're playing 1 chapter at a time, the villain starts with only 2 of the 4 abilities or something like that.
Yeah, so in the beginning it's limited how many they start with, but in one of the chapters, they get one thing that they didn't have before.
It's because it was chapter 3. Chapter 3 starts where chapter 2 ended. All tokens, cabin tiles remaining on the board. Based on results of previous chapter, either the maniac receives additional tokens, or the campers may look at face down clue tokens. Now, the maniac can only receive an additional token if there's 6 bodies on the board.
Yeah, so that is the same in every round. That is the win
round
bonus.
Round 1 to round 2, they only need to kill 3 to gain any ability, or 2 to get 1, 3 to get more. But they only need to kill 2. In chapter 2, they cannot kill, so they need to hope that they killed 4 in chapter 1, and there's 2 bodies left in order to gain 1 ability in chapter 3, or between chapter 2 and 3. There needs to be 6 bodies on the ground.
There was a specific setup section outside of that said the killer gets something back.
Single chapter mode. The following game setup. The maniac picks another cabin house. It's in the single chapter mode. Is where it is. The maniac is equipped with the following maniac tokens: plot twist, shadow, and supernatural. That's number 5 in single chapter mode. Nowhere in here does it say that the maniac gets that ability back. So like again, it's not your fault. Like the rules are just weird, and like the game is supposed to be a little one-sided for the maniac.
Yeah,
but it also like to be fully one-sided. It is you need to have perfect games. Like you need to kill at least 2 to 3 people first round. 4 if you want to get an ability back in the second round. You need to open at least 1 doorway, if not 2. If you open 2 doorways, you can use 2 trap doors each round. But you can only open 1 doorway per round, because you can only get the axe once per round. And you need to hope that no other doorways were opened, no other no other cabins were opened up. Yeah, and it's just we unfortunately didn't get into chapter 4 because it took us a while. But yeah, I was bored because I wasn't doing anything, and it just it like the game has a good foundation, but it needs some work in my opinion.
Well, it's
It
the
needs
same thing like moving or swapping out the who gets to do what with the placing the tiles at the beginning. Like it's impossible to do that if like you do it rules as written. Like the game just it's over immediately.
No, I mean we only played the one time where we did it and the villain got to pick where to put stuff. And like you're right, like the villain getting to pick where to put the keys and putting them on the opposite ends of the map, like that does suck, but at the same time it causes that panic. It causes that planning. And for instance, there's the canoe tile that we weren't able to use pretty much the whole game because all of our tokens were like the tokens were placed randomly and we were able to get to our cabins easily. That like once we were on the other side of the map, the cabin was still back on the right, so no one was able to actually use not the cabin, the canoe. We weren't able to use the canoe to get all the way back to the right when we needed to on chapter 3. Like I do under like there needs to be a better foundation as to where those tokens get placed so that they're not too far but also not too close to make it a little bit more difficult, but also make it more a little. But again, it is supposed to be balanced harder for the players because it is 5 versus 1.
Yeah.
So like the villain picking and choosing where some of these tokens go, like it does make sense because it is supposed to be harder. I don't know. For me, it didn't really click with me, and I was like, it could be good, like if they need to revise the rule book. They need to make it less confusing, for sure.
I mean, just to be fair, like not every game's for every person. Like,
I know.
Like I actually enjoy this one versus like I know we played a few games that you were into that like I wasn't necessarily like the spaceship game. Like you really like the spaceship game, not really my cup of tea.
Yeah, well, but like, this is the first like we've played games that this guy wasn't into, and we played games that you weren't into, but they were games that like if I brought them and we had nothing else to play, you'd play it. But this is a game, to be honest, that I would probably be like, let's play anything else.
Well, I mean, it's also a much longer game than some of the other ones too.
I mean, yeah, but I don't know. It's just yeah.
Like,
for me, it's just like
I wouldn't play like Space Truckers again because I really didn't enjoy a lot of that game. But like so the same as like you wouldn't want to play this one again.
Yeah.
Whereas like I'd be fine playing this again. I'd rather play it with a larger group to use the expansion. But like I think like in the right setting, it's fun. I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But like not everything is for everybody.
I know. I'm just like, to me, it's just like I don't know. I want to like the game. It's the thing, but it's just like there are just like things that like the other thing that drives me nuts is if I'm on a spot that I can see 3 numbers down, like you're looking at the map and you can literally, that's not cornered, it's 3 numbers down. I should be able to see the villain if they're on those numbers. I should have line of sight.
Well, I think that the whole idea is too like you're in like the woods at night, so like you just don't actually have visibility.
I know, but like there's an area that's like a whole campfire area that the campfire is lit.
Well, that's on the map. It's not real. We don't put the little glowy tokens around that.
I know, but like the map, the campfire is lit, which means the campfire should be lit in place and play.
Yes, that would actually be kind of cool if like the adjacent spaces to the campfire had the little tokens on it.
Or if like I'm on one side of the like even the lake, like there's a couple of spots on the lake, the shorter distance between the lake. If I'm on one side and you die on the other, I should be able to see where the killer went because I was like you're within visual range. It's a small enough lake. Like I should be able to see which direction the villain ran to.
I mean, I think you're also overestimating how much visibility is in the middle of nowhere at night.
True.
Like, yes, around here, there's enough ambient light. You absolutely would. If you're in the woods in the middle of the night, like you're not getting any moonlight or stars generally because the trees are blocking. There's no like city lights or other light pollution to like light anything. Like it's legitimately just dark.
True. Yeah, you're right. Like you're not wrong on that. But like the lake situation, for instance, like I pulled up the number 109 is right next to the pier. The pier has a lantern lit on the map. So if they walk to 109, I should be able to see them. Like 183 has a lantern lit in the area. Like there are areas that are well lit enough. Like number 26, 44, 12, 27, a bunch of that stuff. All is well lit enough on the map that I should be able to see them if they're there. Kind of thing. Is all like.
And like that would actually be cool if that was like an additional like, hey, like these spots that have lights are also on.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just like I feel like there would be I feel like it definitely has a good foundation, but I just like it needs a little bit of updates on the rules. Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah. Whereas like I do actually genuinely enjoy it.
That's fine.
Like I think it's fun.
Yeah. You like boring things.
No, okay. Eventually you're gonna make us play SETI and I'm gonna be miserable. So
no, I'm not gonna make you play SETI. I'm not, trust me. I know no one's interested in SETI, so
I think Matt is actually.
And Matt's the only one. I'm not gonna force you guys to play games you're not interested in, especially if it's for content. I'm figuring out other ways to play the games that you guys aren't interested in.
That's fair. That game just seems like a lot.
It's gonna be the
so
same
much.
It's gonna be the same as Lost Ruins of Arnak, and it's the kind of games that I love to play that not a lot of people love to play.
I like Lost Ruins of Arnak, but the space setting just seems shitty.
Oh, why?
I don't like space. It's boring.
But it's not just space. It's finding aliens.
Yeah, I don't care about aliens.
You're weird.
Sci-fi is not my preferred genre.
I thought you loved Star Wars.
Star Wars is sci-fantasy.
Star Wars is sci-fi.
It's sci-fantasy. I hate Star Trek. I think that's fucking dull as shit.
Well, I mean, if we're gonna split hairs between sci-fantasy and sci-fi, then Star Trek is sci-drama. So
I mean, yeah,
but
it's also fiction.
It's not fiction.
Are you saying Star Trek's not fiction?
Hold on, my brain is breaking for a second because I always get fiction and nonfiction wrong. Fiction is fake and nonfiction is real, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so then it is fiction. I thought you were trying to say that Star Trek is real.
No, definitely not. I mean, it's a real property, but what happens in it is not real.
The fact that fiction and nonfiction, like to me, that should be opposite of it. Like I know fiction then means fake, but like if you're thinking something, I would always think it'd be not real and not fake. Like if you're adding a non in front of something, it should be not real.
But I mean, like fiction existed as like a thing first.
Are you sure though?
Well, like people were telling like written stories, like were not generally nonfiction. They were, stories people told as God, what's that word? Like warnings. There's like a word for that.
Then instead of fiction and nonfiction, do like fiction and riction or something like that. Like fake and real, not fake.
You might be the only person
fact
in the.
It's the other word. It's fact and fiction.
Thank you.
Sure, like that. Yeah, I mean that could work too, but still, like, don't just like.
You might be the only person in the world
fake.
who gets fiction and nonfiction confused.
It's because it's not fake. That's what nonfiction is, not fake.
Right.
Like, I hate it. Why are you going to tell me it's not fake when you could just tell me that it's a factual story?
Because nonfiction sounds better.
No, because it doesn't.
It does.
I don't think so.
Well, I think that's going to be a show.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Because this guy doesn't know what nonfiction is.
Look, I know what nonfiction is. I just don't like that it's nonfiction. It should just be faction. There.
Factual.
Factual.
Probably the word that would get you.
Well, if you'd like to find some more of our content, you can head over to www.one-quest.com. You can also help us out by supporting us at patreon.com/onequest. If you can't support us at your dollars, though, you can go to your favorite podcast platform, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify, rate us, review us, subscribe to us. They all help. You can also find us on social media, facebook.com/onequestonline or at @1_quest on Instagram and Twitter. And our blue sky is at one-quest.com. Our YouTube channel is youtube.com/onequestvideo. And you can always send us an email to social@one-quest.com. And Rich, what does your streaming look like?
Twitch.tv/b_walnuts. We're on video game streaming Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. And currently playing games like what was that fucking Marvel game again?
Cosmic Invasion.
Marvel Cosmic Invasion, Dragon Quest Builders 2, maybe some Date Everything. Just whatever I feel like playing. Might be starting a Wandering Village playthrough at some point because I got that for my birthday. Stuff like that. So come hang out on stream.
Nice. With that, we'll be back next week with something else to talk about. Thanks for listening. Bye.
See yous.
Bye.